Narrated Abdullah bin Zayd al-Ansari. The Prophet, peace be upon him, went out towards the Musalla in order to offer the Istisqaa prayer, and when he intended to invoke Allah or started invoking, he faced the Qibla and turned his cloak inside out. Narrated Anas bin Malik. A Bedouin came to Allah's Messenger, peace be upon him, on a Friday and said, "O Allah's Messenger, peace be upon him, the livestock, the offspring, and the people have perished." So, Allah's Messenger, peace be upon him, raised both his hands invoking Allah for rain, and the people too raised their hands with Allah's Messenger, peace be upon him, invoking Allah for rain. We had not left the mosque when it started raining. It rained till the next Friday, when the same man came to Allah's Messenger, peace be upon him, and said, "O Allah's Messenger, the travelers are compelled to postpone their journeys because of excessive rain, and the roads are overflowed." The narrator Anas added that the Prophet, peace be upon him, raised his hands during the invocation to such an extent that the whiteness of his armpits was visible. Narrated Anas bin Malik. The Prophet, peace be upon him, never raised his hands for any invocation except for that of Istisqaa, and he used to raise them so much that the whiteness of his armpits became visible. Note, it may be that Anas did not see the Prophet, peace be upon him, raising his hands, but it is narrated that the Prophet, peace be upon him, used to raise his hands for invocations other than Istisqaa. Narrated Aisha. Whenever Allah's Messenger, peace be upon him, saw the rain, he used to say, "O Allah, let it be a strong, fruitful rain." Narrated Anas bin Malik. In the lifetime of Allah's Messenger, the people were afflicted with a famine year, while the Prophet was delivering the khutbah sermon on the pulpit on a Friday. A Bedouin stood up and said, "O Allah's Messenger, the livestock are dying and the families, offspring, are hungry. Please pray to Allah to bless us with rain." Allah's Messenger, peace be upon him, raised both his hands towards the sky, and at that time there was not a trace of cloud in the sky. Then the clouds started gathering like mountains. Before he got down from the pulpit, I saw rainwater trickling down his beard. It rained that day, the next day, the third day, the fourth day, until the next Friday, when the same Bedouin or some other person stood up during the Friday khutbah and said, "O Allah's Messenger, the houses have collapsed and the livestock are drowned. Please invoke Allah for us." So Allah's Messenger, peace be upon him, raised both his hands and said, "O Allah, around us and not on us." Whichever side the Prophet, peace be upon him, directed his hand, the clouds dispersed from there till a hole in the clouds was formed over Medina. The valley of Kanat remained flowing with water for 1 month, and none came from outside who didn't talk about the abundant rain. Narrated Anas. Whenever a strong wind blew, anxiety appeared on the face of the Prophet, fearing that wind might be a sign of Allah's wrath.